Welcome back to Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Lorraine 155 Mini 51. It's the Tier 8 French SPG. It's located on the east spawn of Sand River and it's under the command of FendaBenda. Now, we recorded this video a short few days ago and unfortunately we found out the sound was missing from the actual replay, so we're recording it again. And you can see alongside FendaBenda there's a Lorraine 15550. And that was designed in 1950. This one was designed in 1951. Game started. Well, FendaBenda's going south. It's moving right to the edge of the map. Okay, it's got a 155mm gun, which is capable of 700 alpha, 750 actually on this one, but it only penetrates 45mm of armor. And unfortunately, at this level, tier 8, you're going to find a lot of those tanks have armor greater than 45mm. But he's looking for early targets. He's pre-aiming. Let's have a quick look, and oh, there's an enemy tank turned up in the village near the mosque. It's a Revolution, French version of the M4, fires around at it anticipating where he was going, but unfortunately he doesn't get a hit. It was near, but not on target. KV-13 further along the west side of the south end of the map. Soviet medium. It's almost loaded. Okay, ready to shoot, but we've lost sight of him, but he fires around in and he stuns the KV-13 who pulls back, and he's taking shots, and FendaBenda's picked up some stun assist off that. Okay, we've got an Su-100 M1 Soviet tank destroyer. He's loaded, ready to go. Unfortunately, the Revolution is the other side of the mosque and he can't get shots on it from here. And that's awkward because it actually stops our Black Prince from moving up, because if he does try to move up, he'll get shot in the side. But there's a TS5 on the heights overlooking their cap. And that Su-100 M1 we saw a few seconds ago fires around at that. And that must have been close. Oh, looks like our teammate in the Lorraine 15550 fired around at those two tank destroyers. They're both stunned. There's an Udes moving along the back of the map. He just got tagged and he's tracked. He's lost a lot of damage and suffered a lot of damage. Lost a lot of hit points. And there's the M1 again. Work out where he's going. Put the round where he's going, and it's a near miss, but 134 again. Oh, and round bounced off the TS5 there. Don't know if you saw that. Went flying up into the sky. Okay, is he going to go for the TS5 or the Su-152? The Su-152 is stationary. He's loaded. Rounds out straight away. And it hits the rock face. Oh, now the Revolution has moved away from the mosque. I don't know if you saw that. He's looking at ISM. There's the Revolution. Now he's lost the protection of the mosque now and he's going to get absolutely hammered. Everyone will be firing at him. Yep, he's gone. Very silly move. He had a perfect commanding position next to the mosque. It gave him protection, but he moved away from it and paid for it. Well, that round went long. Missed the Su-152. Got a Leo on the hill overlooking our own cap. Can't really... He's actually very low on hit points. He could possibly be a splash kill. But there's a VK-3002D and he's making his way rapidly towards the village. I think he's trying to get into the dip at the river. He's going for the edge of that cliff. Oh, and FendaBenda gets around in and splashes him for 33. But I think he's going to move further along the riverbed. Yeah, you can see he's heading west. But there's a T-43 on the other side of that pass. And that T-43, he can't move out of there without getting spotted by our team. We've got a Yak Panther nearby. There he is. We're almost loaded. Fires a round in. Oh, he gets a direct hit. 254. Direct hit on him. Stunned him. Our teammate fired, but he's a little closer, so his shot will be a lot shallower than ours, and that means that he'd have difficulty trying to impact on the T-43. We're going to go for that TS5. He just took out our Chiri. Direct hit again! 373 this time. Right, T-43 moved up a bit. Reloading. He's gone back to that TS5. I think the Lorraine 15550 is targeting him. Dialing in. Yep, it was the 50. He just tracked him. Rounds out. Another direct hit. 144 this time. And you can see where it actually impacted right next to the mantlet. Okay, that VK's come up the other side. There he is. I thought he was going to try and do that. Sneak along the riverbed and come up the other side. Catch everybody in a crossfire. Going for the shot. Rounds out. Oh, he didn't get any damage. He changed position. Can't see the TS5 anymore, unfortunately. There he is. Oh, it's actually the SU-100M1. See if we can catch him. Rounds out. Yes, right into the side of him. It's tracked him in position. 340 hit points. He should be an easy shot for our SU-152. Oh, and the SU-152 goes side on to him, and that's a terrible mistake. And the SU-100 puts a round into him. And he's killed. But the Jagdpanther gets the SU-100. So there's still that TS5 further up. And oh, he knocked over 2 trees there. That will give away his position. We've got an ISM in the riverbed. They've dealt with that T-43 that we were firing at earlier. Now, I think that ISM's hiding behind that wreck of a T-29. He's marked the target. We've got a Borsig nearby. If he can tag this ISM. Rounds out. Oh, it fell. It hit the wreck actually, I think. And stunned the ISM. But can the other guys get some hits? And that P-43 has made a big mistake there. He's driven around the corner from the wreck. Should have used the wreck for cover, and now he's going to get absolutely hammered by the ISM. We fire around in at the ISM, get a hit for 180, but he takes out the P-43. Terrible waste of a tank there. Should have stayed behind cover of that T-29. Used that for cover, and then he could have kept tagging him. Now, it's going for the bushes on the heights. It went where he aimed it, but I'm not sure if anyone's up there. There's the TS5. We spotted him. He is close. Changing position. Unfortunately, he's just taken out our Wizzy 111-1 FT. So we're going to try and put a round into him. That's the 50 firing in at him. Dialed in. Direct hit. No explosion, so we definitely know we tagged him. Okay, we're going to have to move now because that TS5 is getting close. Ideally, we want to get over into the riverbed now and shoot over this piece of land here at the TS5 when he comes around the corner. Say the Lorraine's already in position, but he's slightly higher than we are. Okay, this looks good. Yep, we can get shots on the TS5 from here. Just see the top of him. Dialing in. Oh, what a shot there from the Lorraine 15550. He could only see the top of the tank, but he still took him out with an Arty round. Beautifully aimed, and that means that FendaBenda can go south again, resume his position, and he'll need to because there's an ISM on the way in, that one that was in the river valley, and unfortunately these rocks are getting in the way. That's why we've got a red line. He's changed the aim and gets a lovely direct hit there for 338, but he's going to have to motor and get south quick. The Lorraine 15550 is heading north. We need to get away from that ISM as quickly as we can. And they've just spotted a Scorpion at the other end. He's been taken out by the VK3002D. The ISM's coming up onto our cap area. Oh, hit a rock. Now we need to scoot out of here quick. Luckily this tank is actually designed, this Arty is designed on the chassis of the Lorraine 40-ton tank. Unfortunately it didn't get built because the Lorraine 40-ton program was actually cancelled. FendaBenda's moving into the south area. From here he should be able to get shots on that ISM, and it looks like the ISM is actually chasing our Lorraine. But the SU-152 is moving into the riverbed, going after that ISM. There he is. Oh, instead of coming up onto the cap area, he's gone back into the riverbed to deal with the SU-152. Can we get a shot? Lining him up. And we both fire in, and he gets a direct hit for 352. There's the enemy SU-152. Can get a nice little shot, but we're not loaded yet. Here we go. Fire a round in. Oh, we get a good hit there. 277, but we've lost our own SU-152. The VK took out the enemy SU-152, and that means that the ISM is the last remaining enemy. It's coming up to the 2-minute mark. They're going to need to get to the cap quick, and the Lorraine, I think, is already moving towards the cap. Yep, there's the siren for the 2-minute. And I think FendaBenda realizes what they need to do. They need to get cap, and they're telling the VK to spot for Arty. So if the VK can keep the ISM in sight, then the Artys can get to the cap and start capping out. Well, Lorraine's almost there. Oh, what? FendaBenda's stopping to take one last round. I'm not sure he has enough time to do this. It's only a limited amount of time left. He fires one round in, splashes him, gets some stun. But they've got less than 2 minutes. The other Lorraine has started capping and he's firing at the ISM, but we can't see him now because we lost the VK. And that's the 1-minute warning. And it's slightly longer than a minute to cap out at the moment, but once FendaBenda's in the cap, it should be a lot easier. Okay, he's now capping. He's looking towards that ISM, trying to find or work out where he is. He's fired a round in and he actually tagged one of the dead tanks. But they can win this just by capping out now. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and they won. So P in SPG stands for propelled. Yes, that's what Klaus Kellerman says, and yes, these two guys proved it. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it's a second class tank of a FendaBenda in the Lorraine 155mm51. He got a bruise in the middle for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 11. And he got a Confederate medal as well because he hit more of the enemy than anyone else without getting a kill. Unfortunately, he didn't get a single kill during that game, but he did get a win 8 of 2783. So let's have a look at team scores. Well, there you go. Look at that. He's at the top of our table for damage, but the TS5 on the enemy team did more damage. 2,846 hit points for him. And he's nameless. Yes, well, quite. And FendaBenda managed to get 2,790 hit points. The next high scorer was the ISM, who was still alive at the end of the game. 2,455 hit points for him. When it came to kills, the high scorers were the VK3002D and the ISM. Both got 4 kills apiece. Then the Borsig managed to get 3. And then there's a whole bunch of tanks with 2 kills. Well, 3 tanks with 2 kills. FendaBenda didn't get a single kill during that game. But when it came to base XP, it was in fact the VK3002D who did best. 1,030 base experience points for him. 784 for FendaBenda. And 711 for MCAL1, which was the Lorraine 155mm50. FendaBenda fired 21 rounds in that game. He got 9 direct hits, no penetrations, but 16 splash. Damage of 2,790 hit points, of which 1,854 were at more than 300 meters. He damaged 8 of the enemy, but didn't get a single kill, but he did get 519 hit points of stun assist off 16 stuns, and managed to get 33 capture points. On a free-to-play account, he earned 25,171 credits, and after ammunition resupply, took away 1,651 credits. He received 1 bond for getting the Confederate, and 784 base XP times 2 for the first victory, took away 1,568 experience points altogether. So yeah, that last stop to take that shot at the ISM, I think that may have been a bit risky, but well, he did have enough time to do it just. If he had actually delayed a little longer, I don't think they would have been able to cap out in time. Well, it did work out okay in the end, but yeah, it's always risky. You need to keep your mind on the clock because you only have 15 minutes to play these battles, 10 if it's an assault battle, and if you don't use your time effectively, you could lose very easily. But if you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.